In June 2022, Belgium was struck by devastating floods that killed more than 40 people and reduced entire communities to rubble. Nearly a year on, the town of Choudfontein was still a shadow of what it once was. Collapsed bridges, impassable roads, and buildings teetering on the edge of total structural failure. When an urban explorer from Decay on Earth set out to document the disaster's abandoned aftermath, what he uncovered went far beyond broken walls and scattered debris. He arrived in the gutted town to find almost everything deserted. Homes, storefronts, and restaurants all stood frozen in place, untouched since the waters had pulled back, but one particular building stopped him cold. A castle-like structure with a restaurant attached, both completely left behind.
The menu is still here for soups, entrees, main dishes, spaghetti, calamari, frites, pizzas, you name it. So this was still operational during COVID-19 madness, and these are the things for paying. For which are card and stuff. Ja. Ja. Ja, is goed, maar die stond naar boven. Hallo, die is de hemel aan het filmen. Ja, gewoon eens kijken hier binnen. Oh, here is the bar. They're doing something with the place, like they're putting the ladder before it so you can't go inside. Maybe they're doing something with the place, I have no idea. Yeah, but the other building that is abandoned is on the other side.
He moved on to the adjoining castle building, its outer walls still bearing striking shades of purple and blue, despite the fact that the whole thing was slowly coming apart. Climbing in through a window, he immediately noticed that the floors had given way in multiple spots, leaving open voids that dropped straight down to the rooms underneath. Deeper inside, he came across an enormous vault, its heavy door barely willing to budge. Continuing through the ground floor, he could see the place had been thoroughly ransacked. Boxes, shoes, and personal items thrown everywhere in a level of disorder that no floodwater could fully account for. He pushed on upstairs, even as the danger became impossible to ignore. The walls were splitting, the floor flexed and groaned beneath every footstep. He could sense the whole structure threatening to give way, yet something kept pulling him forward. That's when he stumbled onto something that stopped him in his tracks.
That's a animal. Bruh, that's an animal. Bruh, that's a dog.
What?
I think it's a dog. Yep, it's a dead dog. Bruh. That's actually pretty creepy.
Wow.
Wow.
What happened here?
The f***, I have no clue, man. Also a chill spot. TV. Bro, what the f happened here? I think it was a dog from the homeless people here. What the f happened with that animal?
Some deserted places are vacant because people chose to walk away. Others are vacant because walking away was never an option. And somewhere in the flood-torn wreckage of Belgium, the boundary between those two realities had become something truly terrifying. Meet Chris and Meg, two YouTubers who, back in March 2022, posted a video called "We Never Expected This to Happen" on their channel Back in Time MC. The channel was built around documenting abandoned locations scattered across the UK. On this particular outing, the pair had their sights set on what looked like a long deserted farmhouse. Everything about the exterior screamed neglect: crumbling walls, shattered windows, and a general state of ruin that made it hard to imagine anyone had set foot inside in years. What they didn't realize was that the seemingly routine urban explorer was about to turn into one of the most jaw-dropping discoveries.
Obviously some birds have managed to get in here. And you'll see that it's all starting to peel. God, it does stink in here. It doesn't look like there's much in this one. There are still clothes in here though. As you'll see that. Look on top of it here. Looks like it's got shotgun shells. Crazy. I think probably the most impressive thing I like is that bed. That's still made up. Sort of secret stairs part down there. Wow, this is just full of clothes.
Yeah.
What I love in this room is that. Oh wow. That is an old photo. Oh my god, this one's a bit...
The genre had ever seen. As they pushed deeper into the property, unsettling details kept piling up. Shotgun shells sitting on a dresser, clothing still hanging in wardrobes, family photos still mounted on the walls. Even so, the sheer extent of the decay, wallpaper hanging off in grayed strips, dead birds scattered throughout the rooms, led them to believe the place had been empty for a very long time. Eventually, Chris and Meg made their way into what looked like a bedroom, complete with brown sheets on the bed and a walker parked close by. The walker hinted that an elderly person had once called this place home, yet the surrounding devastation made the idea of anyone actually living there seem completely out of the question. Then came the moment that stopped them both cold.
And wow. What an absolute beauty this place is. Try to get the light a bit better on there, but look at that bed. So they've still got the old bag. That's what the old people use these days, don't they? Get all their shopping in. Look in that wardrobe.
I'll just squeeze in front of you. Can I help you?
Oh my god! Fucking hell!
Oh my
You're
God.
you're alive!
You are?
Fucking hell, man!
You
We
live in here. You can't live in here. Yeah? You
no!
can't.
What do you mean I can't?
Look
We
at
thought it
your
was
bed.
abandoned. We thought it was abandoned.
You can't live in here.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Are you okay? We thought
How
that
did you get in?
there's a window that's open downstairs.
Window open.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just an open window.
Oh
Why
no!
do you live in here? Is there no way you can go and look at it? Do you not think it's a bit...
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Do you not got family?
No.
Oh god! I'm sorry. We didn't realise because of all the cobwebs and all the decay. We just assumed that it was abandoned.
Yeah.
How do you eat food?
Yeah.
Do you eat food?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you not hear us in the other room?
No, which room are you in?
We're just having a look around.
Yeah. Have you got clean clothes and everything?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So sorry we didn't
What's your name anyway?
again.
Jane.
Jane.
Well, sorry, Joe. I didn't realise anybody was living here.
No.
Or did I frighten you when you thought, why are people in here?
Yeah, I heard voices and I thought actually somebody were mending windows or something.
Oh, no.
Thought I was dreaming for a minute.
Oh,
Is there anything that we can get you? Like, anything?
do you need
Sounds
anything?
of you talk. What happened was I came here to help somebody, and this is only for a week I'm coming,
Yeah.
and that was 1993.
Wow, so you've been...
Once the initial shock began to settle, Chris and Meg's instinct was to help. They offered to board up the broken window they'd used to get inside and asked the woman, Jane, whether she needed food, supplies, or any kind of assistance. In spite of the truly alarming conditions surrounding her, Jane maintained that she had enough food, clothing, and access to the basics. Before they left, the pair made a promise to come back with provisions. Looking into the situation afterward, they found that adult social services were already aware of Jane's circumstances and that she reportedly had a husband who visited and checked in on her from time to time. Even with people trying to help, Jane appeared to have made a deliberate choice to live this way, a reality that raises deeply uncomfortable questions about mental health care, the treatment of the elderly, and the hidden lives being lived quietly at the edges of society. On the night of January 11th, 2023, the crew from Uncharted Expeditions pulled up to a house that had been sitting empty for years. It looked innocent enough at first, just another abandoned building ripe for exploring. But the house, it turned out, had something else in mind.
So nobody sees us.
Let's go.
Okay,
We're in.
we're in.
The moment they crossed the threshold, something felt deeply wrong. The air hung thick and oppressive, almost like it was breathing, and all the while, something unseen was keeping a very close eye on them. They chuckled nervously and pressed further into the rotten ruin.
We should have brought masks. So much black mold. I know. This is bad. Do you want to look at the masks? They can't go back now.
The warning signs were there, quiet but persistent. A floorboard groaning underfoot, a dark shape sliding across a wall. What none of them grasped was that every step forward was dragging them closer to something dangerous.
The creepy door.
Then the first of the heavy doors crashed shut, and fear took over. Things were only going to get uglier from there. Voices dropped to whispers, shadows twisted into unnatural shapes, and the suffocating quiet turned every small movement into a threat.
These doors open and shut. Can you see that on the camera? Oh, heck no. Corey, what the heck? No, this gotta be a joke.
The further they pushed inside, the more the house seemed to push back. Doors flew shut with force, bursts of icy air swept across their faces, and every route out seemed to vanish. The building had its own agenda.
Because people live here. Yeah. Holy cow, that was scary. Dude, like my heart is like pounding really fast before anyone comes home. Okay. Did you get all of it? The door was literally right when I walked up to it. Right when I walked up to it, it goes boom. Oh my gosh.
That was insane.
It was freezing in there, dude. Holy cow. I've never had a door slam right in my face before. Like that. No wind in there. There was literally no wind. No noise. It was completely silent in there. And then it just boom.
They did eventually make it out, hearts hammering, nerves completely shot. What he couldn't have known was what people watching the footage would later uncover. This wasn't simply a forgotten house. It had been concealing something nobody saw coming. Viewers began spotting recurring patterns in the video. Police subsequently disclosed that there had been unusual activity at the location. Some are convinced the house has a kind of awareness. Others believe whatever is lurking there is something far more disturbing. The debate continues to this day. On October 22nd, 2018, what started as a straightforward nighttime outing for the Yugi brothers transformed into something far weightier than any of them had anticipated. The plan was simple enough: revisit a familiar abandoned apartment complex after dark, but the night had other ideas, and what unfolded became one of the most gripping and emotionally charged experiences the crew had ever put on camera. The location was Summit Villas in Brooksville, Florida, a spot the Yugi team had visited back when their channel was still finding its footing. That first trip had been creepy but uneventful. This time, something felt off from the moment they arrived. The building was decaying and dark, but it wasn't empty. Within minutes of getting there, Joe, Rob, Boomer, and Todd pushed their way into one of the units and immediately knew something was different. The place showed clear signs of habitation, a neatly arranged sleeping area, food supplies, personal belongings strewn across the floor. Someone was living here.
If somebody's here, we're just taking pictures. Somebody's in here. Whoa, that scared the shit out of me, bro. There is somebody. Hey, bro, we're taking pictures. You cool with that? I walked right in the bathroom. The dude was standing in the freaking bathroom. I was gonna do my little mirror thing where I'm like, hey, what's up, homies? Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's leave that guy alone.
Leave him alone.
Did he, I mean, was he scared?
No, but I was confused for a moment.
That's the risk you take, I guess.
I guess it is, yeah.
Oh, look at that spider.
You know what? Yo, guys, make sure the car is locked over there. I did not lock it. Your car's okay.
Joe walked right into the bathroom within inches of somebody. But when you're urbexing, that's par for the course. That's funny. That's funny though.
And then it happened. A man stepped out of the bathroom just a few feet away from where they were standing. No one screamed, no one bolted, but the tension in that room was immediate and total. It wasn't just the surprise of the encounter. It was a sharp reminder of the reality that comes with exploring these places. You never truly know who's on the other side of a door, what brought them there, or what they might be capable of. The man turned out to be harmless, just someone without anywhere else to go, making the best of a crumbling space in the dark. But the moment stayed with them as they moved on to their next stop, the Brooksville train depot. Part local museum during daylight hours, and part weathered relic once the sun goes down. The depot backed up against a thick stretch of woodland that the team had actually gotten turned around in on a previous visit. This time, they came better prepared, but the woods had a fresh kind of danger waiting for them. Police showed up shortly after the crew did, calm but deliberate, and delivered a warning that stopped everyone cold. The night before, someone had been violently assaulted in those exact woods, and the attacker had disappeared into the tree line. A manhunt was still active. The officers weren't hostile, they were actually supportive of what the team was doing, but the message underneath their friendliness was unmistakable. Keep your eyes open. The crew pushed forward anyway. What they found next had nothing to do with the paranormal.
I don't know. Oh, that's closed, bro. Yo. Hold on. Watch where you're walking. Look at that. Someone stole somebody's bag. Guys, I'm telling you what, this is bad back here. Keep going. I agree. I'm telling you guys. Now guys, remember, stick together. So, no joke, somebody was probably robbed in here. Oh, you know what that stuff could be, guys?
Deeper along the wooded trail, they stumbled onto something that turned their stomachs. A pile of women's clothing and a bag dumped as if left in a panic. The clothes were slashed, the shoes were torn apart, and everything was scattered in a way that suggested violence or a desperate escape. They stopped. They listened. Every snapping twig and rustling branch suddenly carried a different meaning, and the officer's warning echoed back through their minds. The gravity of what they might be looking at slowly sank in. They made the right call and contacted the police again. This time the camera went down out of respect for what might be a crime scene. An officer came back out, walked with them into the woods, and looked over the scattered items carefully. What he told them hit the group like a wall. Earlier that same morning, a man had brought his pregnant girlfriend to that location, led her into the woods, and attempted to murder her. She had survived, but only just. The bag the team had found was hers. It was evidence, and there was even crack cocaine among the contents. The attack had taken place less than 24 hours before they were standing in that exact spot. The reality of that settled over everyone heavily. This had stopped being an exploration video a long time ago. They were standing inside an active crime scene, connected to a brutal act of violence that had happened just hours earlier. Joe's tone toward the end of the video is noticeably subdued. He makes clear that this night was never really about capturing footage of a spooky location. It was about doing what was right. The team waited for law enforcement, shared everything they knew, and kept the camera rolling not to entertain but to document something that mattered. It's easy, watching from your couch, to lose sight of the genuine risk these people take. But this particular night stripped all of that away. These abandoned places aren't just eerie backdrops, they're sometimes sheltering people, concealing secrets, or holding evidence of something truly terrible. The video doesn't wrap up with laughs or celebration. Instead, it ends on a quiet, honest note. Joe admits he'll probably break down once the camera's off. The whole crew is visibly affected because what they walked into that night wasn't just an urban exploration. It was, without them even realizing it at first, a moment that may have helped bring justice to a survivor. So what did you think about this one? As always, like March 9th, 2024, a YouTuber going by the name Bearded Explorer headed out with a group of friends to film their way through a sprawling abandoned mansion that looked as though it had barely been touched since the day it was left behind.
That's Lost and Found. We call Darkest Walks UK. We'll get there eventually. And today we are checking out an absolutely incredible house which has got a lot of stuff left inside. Let's go and check it out and see what we can find. Okay guys, we are now inside this house and oh my goodness me.
The estate felt like a snapshot frozen in another era, with personal effects, antiques, and peculiar collections still sitting right where someone had left them. From what the group was able to piece together, the property had once been home to a doctor who had apparently walked away somewhere around 2012 or 2013. As they made their way deeper inside, one room after another revealed carefully arranged belongings that seemed almost too orderly for a place that had been deserted for years.
Massive fireplace there. Wow, look at this, we've still got loads of food and stuff here too. Some bottles of wine. I can't believe how big the ceilings are. This must be a Victorian house. So this looks like it could be the kitchen. Wow, look at the trophies in there.
In spite of all that time sitting empty, the house gave off the eerie impression that its previous owner had just slipped out for a moment and never came back. Right as the crew was wrapping up and getting ready to call it a day, everything took an unexpected turn. Officers showed up at the property after someone phoned in a report of suspected break-in activity.
Door's open.
Sorry.
Yeah, the door's open. The door is generally open.
Yeah.
We got no slide. Yeah. Do you mind if I light the back? I'd come out for it. I didn't want a smoking house in this room. We didn't want to smoke in there. We just finished off a video outside.
Once the police had a chance to speak with the group and understand what they were actually doing there, it became clear that these were urban explorers documenting the site rather than thieves looking to make off with anything. To make absolutely sure nothing shady was going on, the officers did a quick sweep through sections of the mansion themselves. As they moved through the rooms, the cops seemed every bit as fascinated by the strange contents of the house as the explorers had been. Ultimately, the whole thing resolved without incident, much to the clear disappointment of whoever had picked up the phone to report them in the first place. A paranormal investigator based in the UK decided to go live while making his way through an old church and the ancient graveyard surrounding it. Early in the broadcast, he moves around the grounds recounting the stories and reported incidents tied to the location. Things stay relatively quiet until something unexpected suddenly grabs his attention.
They're there again? Yo! Look at the face on it! Yo! Look at the face and look at the face! You can see it like a white face, look! Look at the eyes!
Peering out from one of the church's windows is a mysterious silhouette, seemingly keeping a close eye on the investigator's every move. The figure only appears briefly, yet it lingers just long enough to leave everyone watching deeply unsettled. The investigator himself insists there was no way any living person could have been inside the building at that hour. It was the middle of the night and the church was fully secured. As far as he's concerned, what the camera recorded was a genuine supernatural presence keeping tabs on his stream. Skeptics, on the other hand, argue the figure is easily explained away by shadows, reflections, or the dim and uneven lighting around the building. But what's your take? Was that shape in the window nothing more than a trick of the light, or was something actually out there watching him? Ouija brothers made their way out to an old butcher's abandoned home tucked away in the woods. While they were still getting their equipment ready, something caught them completely off guard.
That's out that way now. Not straight away.
But they could be coming in.
Voices started carrying in from outside. Someone was heading toward the property. They held their breath and stayed still until the noise died down, then pressed further into the building. That's when they picked up on this.
What they doing?
I think they were just butting about.
It genuinely sounded like someone crying out for help. They froze, not knowing whether they were dealing with a real emergency. Then, out of nowhere, this unfolded.
You're just gonna have to go over.
After searching around, they came across a group of kids in the area and figured out the whole thing had been a prank. The session ended up getting cut short, but all things considered, it could have turned out a lot worse. This footage was uploaded by a guy called Jacob on March 9th, 2020, showing him venturing out late at night to investigate a creepy long-abandoned property. The location goes by the nickname The Murder House, though the origins of that name remain a mystery. With a title like that, you'd assume something spine-chilling is coming, and you'd be absolutely right.
What happens?
Not long after arriving, Jacob makes his way into a dilapidated bathroom, hoping to pick up some evidence of paranormal activity. But the moment he begins sweeping the room with his equipment, something truly unsettling unfolds, and it has nothing to do with ghosts or the supernatural.
Hey, hurry!
So just who was that figure dressed in black, flashlight in hand, who ended up running him out of the building? Honestly, that's probably a question that'll never get answered. Adam Mark runs a YouTube channel dedicated to uncovering forgotten places, the hidden corners of the world, and the histories buried within them. He frequently visits locations with reputations for paranormal activity, hoping to witness something out of the ordinary. More often than not, these excursions leave him with little more than an eerie feeling. But one particular outing shook both him and his filming partner to the core. The two decided to venture inside the long-abandoned Brannigar Hospital.
Explore the abandoned Brannigar Hospital.
Tucked away in the hills of North Wales lies the decaying shell of Brannigar Hospital. Once a proud Victorian workhouse, later transformed into a prison and then a hospital for the dying. Behind these walls, thousands live their final days in pain and isolation. From the cries of the poor to the silence of the locked wards, this place has always been a dumping ground for...
They made their way through the corridors, and look, derelict hospitals are just inherently terrifying places to walk around in. Maybe that comes down to the sheer weight of loss those buildings carry, all the pain and suffering absorbed into the walls over the years. Okay, that got a little dramatic. I'm a scriptwriter, not Shakespeare. The point is, no ghost talk yet. The place just has a deeply unsettling energy on its own. But what unfolds next in the footage is the kind of thing that genuinely gets you questioning whether something else might be going on.
Oh, waiting rooms. Whoa.
I'm here for the chaos.
You're here for the chaos? Did you hear that on the glass?
Yeah, I did. I was about to say, did you do that with your wife's head?
Do you want to wait there? Let's hold that door, maybe. Really tapping on the glass. You saw that, yeah?
Did the door close?
Yep. It tried to shut me in there. You crying?
No. I want to though.
How crazy is that? Because it literally said, go left. And I went down there. And then it tried to shut me in the room.
Did you see anything?
No, I just heard the door. Children are playing.
All right, that door. Let's get into it. Was it a ghost? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Most of you have a pretty good idea of where I stand on this sort of thing, but something was clearly happening there. Do I think it was staged? Not particularly. It could just as easily have been an animal, or even someone sheltering inside, and the way they reacted felt completely authentic. They chose to stick around, which honestly makes sense. That's the whole premise of the channel. Why would you bail the moment things actually get interesting? They broke out some equipment to try and detect further activity, but I'll spare you the full breakdown of that. Right now, I want to know what you think. Was it a draft, a stray animal, someone hiding in the shadows, or did these two actually stumble onto something that can't be so easily explained? Adam titled the video "The Night He Almost Quit Exploring," which tells you just how much this experience rattled him. And even though he kept going back to new locations after this, nothing he encountered ever came close to being as disturbing as what happened inside that hospital. On November 4th, 2024, an urban exploration channel by the name of Tattoo Tony Alton posted a video chronicling a visit to an abandoned factory, a trip that went sideways almost immediately, with one unsettling surprise after another. From the second Tony walked through the door, he was visibly shaken. Even though the factory had sat empty for years, the sheer extent of its deterioration caught him completely off guard. Debris covered the ground, shattered glass crunched underfoot, and a thick, rotting atmosphere hung over everything, making it obvious this place had been left to fall apart for a very long time. Still, Tony pushed forward, intent on making his way through the whole building. It didn't take much time at all, though, before he stumbled onto something that started to make his skin crawl.
There's another room. Oh my god. Man. I'm glad these people aren't here. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you.
Everything someone would need to actually live inside that crumbling shell of a building was right there on the floor, and Tony knew immediately that something felt off. He shook the feeling loose, told himself he was fortunate to have shown up before anyone else, and kept moving deeper inside. Heading up to the second floor, things only became more disturbing. Standing water covered the ground, rubbish was strewn in every direction, and layers of rot sat on top of years of neglect. Then came the real turning point of an already deeply uncomfortable visit. Tony stepped into another room and found unmistakable proof that somebody was almost certainly calling this place home.
Let's blow this place, guys. Wow, there's another room. God. Uh-oh. Wow.
Just as he thought the building couldn't possibly get any more unsettling, he spotted a fully assembled tent right next to him, surrounded by heaps of belongings and supplies. The dread hit him like a wave, and as he tried to quietly retreat, he came face to face with something far more alarming.
I gotta be honest.
Hey, how you doing? Good, man. How's your day going? How you doing? Not bad, just looking around.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
And, well, I've seen a lot of stuff like this because I've been all over, like Chicago, Gary, Indiana, all over St. Louis. You need any cigarettes, bro?
Thankfully, the situation resolved itself without any real confrontation. Out of consideration for the homeless man, Tony chose to switch the camera off entirely. But once he was outside, he explained to viewers that barely any time had passed before 3 more men entered the factory behind him. That was all it took. Trusting his gut, he got out of there without hesitation, making it away from the building without incident. Next, we have a video from Kunda Lunatic, a Canadian urbex channel focused on derelict homes, neglected farmsteads, and dangerously overgrown locations that time has swallowed whole. The date is June 22nd, 2025, somewhere in rural Ontario. A crumbling, vegetation-strangled farmhouse with a caving interior and an isolated setting that makes every second feel precarious.
That is, I have never felt this like unsafe in a house before. Because the floors are so warped. And there's a couple soft spots. And look at this. This is the kitchen. And all that water. My light is not, I put new batteries in, but it's just not very bright. But yeah, this was the kitchen and there's all this water. Like the stove is falling in the water. Oh my God, it freaks me out. But I gotta show you guys the bathroom because this is really, it's almost like it's kind of surreal. Oh my God. But like, yeah, the toilet's like falling into the floor there, and there's all the water. It's like completely flooded. But I've never felt like so nervous in a house. We've been so many decrepit falling down houses, and this one freaks me out the most. Like you can see the floors everywhere. They're like sunken in, warped. Oh yeah, I'm right there where all that insulation is. You can see it's like caved in. Just, yeah, like, God. Yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can really see it on camera, how the floor just slopes down. Oh, God. Yep. Yeah, freaks me out a little bit. See there how the floor slopes down. It's like caving in. Ah! Tile just cracked under my foot. And then these stairs, I took a couple steps and I heard some crunch and it freaked me out. So I'm a little bit nervous. Ooh, poo stairs. I don't know why raccoons like to poo on stairs. Oh my God. Oh, it's so musty smelling. Oh my God, yeah. This house is caving in on itself. These floors are like, feel soft.
And I was never seen that again.
What?
The crew pushes through the entrance of the rotting shell of a building, and right away the warning signs are everywhere. Buckled floorboards, soft patches underfoot, standing water collecting in the low spots. The air hangs heavy with moisture and decay. Both the kitchen and bathroom have taken on significant flooding, and each step sounds like it could be the last one before something gives out entirely. Through the windows, the outside world has completely surrendered to vegetation. Vines have consumed the walls, and trees lean hard into the roofline. The further they press into the structure, the more the whole thing seems to sway beneath them.
Oh my God, look at, oh my God, yeah, this house is Oh gosh, the floor is so soft. You went that way?
I went there.
It's scary. What's that glittery thing? Oh, broken glass, probably. Makes me so nervous. Yeah, it definitely looks burnt up there. Hmm? Oh, God. Did we come up? No, we didn't come up these stairs. What is that? Oh my God. Oh, fuck. It was an elevator? What?
It's a type of elevator. It's got rollers.
What the? Where do you see rollers?
Look at the end. See, there's the railing.
Oh, down there. Oh. Oh my God. Maybe there's somebody in.
What stops them cold, though, is the candles, scattered through several different rooms, and not old ones either. These look recent. Shortly after, they come across a small rolling elevator chair, the kind used by someone who struggled with mobility, hinting at who may have once called this place home. The unease builds as they push deeper through the wreckage, carefully threading their way past fractured staircases and floors that visibly flex under their weight.
Turn the lights off. Like, holy shit. Like, this would be scary being in this house in the pitch dark. Oh my God, it's scary. Oh my God. See, I would, like, if I was really rich, I'd buy houses like this and charge people admission to come in and, like, be in a real haunted house, spooky house. Spend the night in an abandoned house. A real haunted house. This house is so sketchy. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like soft right here. I don't want to step where it's... Yee. Okay, I'm gonna crawl outside. I gotta get out.
Yeah, so that elevator thing, I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. It's interesting. It must have been, you know, propelled from the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, the backpack always gets stuck. Ow! Freaking hell.
Don't have with it, ass.
Oh, get out somehow. There we go. Oh. I'm telling you, this is a deep.
Then they cut their lights entirely. Swallowed by absolute darkness, the silence presses in from every direction, until the house starts talking back. Creaking, the subtle shift of weight, faint knocking sounds drifting through the black hallways. The only way to keep moving is to crawl across the deteriorating floorboards. Each inch forward, a calculated risk. The place has a pulse to it, like something, or someone, is still present. Once they're safely back out at the road, the team takes a moment to process what they just walked through. Rotting foundations, water damage throughout, and that deeply unsettling sense that the building hadn't been completely abandoned all added up to one of their more nerve-wracking explorations. It's a solid reminder that a decayed house doesn't need anything supernatural to get under your skin. The building itself can do all the work. Explore abandoned places with Tattoo Tony Elton, a channel that goes beyond simply cataloging forgotten spaces. It faces them head on. Tony is a seasoned urban explorer who walks into derelict buildings that most people wouldn't go near. But on this particular occasion, something felt off from the start. He wasn't just capturing images of decay, he was walking into a situation that felt genuinely actively threatening. Tony's original goal was straightforward: film the remains of a house left to crumble. But even before he managed to get through the back entrance, the signs were already there that this place had not been truly left behind.
I'm not 100%, but they looked a lot. I couldn't get any closer, I didn't want to. But it looked a lot like there might have been syringes in that bag. It really did. Here's the basement. I couldn't...
Fortunately, Tony isn't the type to blunder in without reading the room. That bag sets off alarm bells immediately. He held back, not because he was scared, but because his gut told him to. Experience has a way of doing that. In places like this, danger doesn't always lurk behind the front door. Sometimes it's crouched right there beside you, just out of sight.
I went up into the upstairs of the unit that was next to that one. Started coming up the stairs, there's trash all over them. There's a weave. Trash bag there. Seems like most of these places homeless people have been living in, you'll find strange odds and ends, and trash all over. Obviously they don't have trash service. There's some canned goods lined up on the shelf. You'll see a few decent or newer food items. People all the time say, how can you assume these things? XYZ. I've been in enough abandoned buildings and seen different situations to kind of let the clues tell the story of what was going on. So, there's a sheet hanging.
This wasn't the kind of disorder you'd expect from teenagers messing around or someone passing through. It was chaotic in a deliberate way. Lived in, purposeful. Somebody had been making this place their home, and possibly still was. When Tony noticed the blanket hanging over that doorway, the tension in his chest only grew. It felt less like a piece of fabric and more like a boundary marker, a signal that someone might be on the other side. Rather than push any further, Tony chose to pull back and head outside, unwilling to walk into a face-to-face encounter with whoever might be waiting in there. But what greeted him on the outside wasn't exactly a relief. If anything, it raised the stakes even higher.
I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying a lot of the people I've encountered are most definitely drug addicts. This says, stay the fuck out. The one that I looked through the back door, I found the sign afterwards. Stay the fuck out. No more staying. Don't fuck with me. That's what the sign says.
That message was all Tony needed to see. Leaving when he did was absolutely the right decision. Whether the person behind all of this was battling addiction, mental illness, or some combination of both, they had clearly claimed this space as their own. It was a territory defined by desperation, somewhere a person fights to keep others away because they have no other option, and Tony had unknowingly crossed into it. Still, Tony isn't one to make snap judgments. He draws on what he's witnessed firsthand across countless similar situations, buildings that look completely empty from the street but contain stories on the inside, raw, urgent, and frequently dangerous ones. In those environments, the real hazard isn't the crumbling walls or the rotting floors, it's the boundary set by someone with no other place to turn. A boundary that says, stay back. And this time, Tony respected it. He didn't need things to spiral out of control to understand how fast they could have. After years of doing this, he knows that not every threshold deserves to be crossed, and that sometimes the most intelligent move you can make is simply to walk away. You have to hand it to the YouTubers who stroll through derelict buildings like it's just another Tuesday. That kind of thing is definitely not for the faint-hearted. Honestly, you'd have to be a little unhinged to make it your hobby. A creator known as Bros of Decay headed out with a group of friends to explore the long-abandoned estate of a man named Mr. Alphonse. The property looked as though its owner had simply stepped out the day before. Every single possession had been left in place, but there was one element of this house that genuinely unsettled them. The group made their way through each room, hunting for footage worthy of a viral moment. And when they pushed open one particular door, they struck gold in the most unexpected way. What greeted them was equal parts disturbing and strangely captivating. Sprawled across the bed was a dead cat partially eaten away. It appeared as though the animal had stayed behind, faithfully waiting for its owner to return, and had ultimately perished there from hunger. Just think about how long that poor creature must have held on, waiting for someone who never came back. However long it was, there's no denying it. That cat was devoted to the very end. This footage has racked up well over 600. Aquachigger is a metal detecting YouTuber who spends his time wading through rivers and unearthing Civil War artifacts. His channel has nothing to do with the paranormal. It's rooted in history, dedication, and a deep passion for pulling the past out of the earth. But during what should have been an ordinary outing through the Louisiana Bayou, something pulled his attention away from the history beneath his feet. Deep in the wilderness, while hiking and sweeping for relics, he picked up a strange sound coming from a crumbling abandoned shack. Where most people would have walked away, he pressed forward and headed straight for the deteriorating structure to see what was going on. Nothing seemed off to him in the moment, but his camera told a different story.
What's that? Loup-garou. Now, loup-garou is like it's like a Cajun werewolf. And they're out here in these swamps. That might be what we heard. Now, it could be somebody living in there and getting ready to capture us. See anything? Looking here, I'm seeing there's looks like coyote footprints, but no human. Wow, look, somebody lived back here. You can almost dove. Probably snakes all through here, man. Look at that. Close. I wonder what the... Oh, look, voodoo. This is the trap for the humans. Right there. Yeah, what we heard on video, we could hear some tin moving. So there's something here that either ran across this tin or brushed against the side trying to get out. Now, I suspect there's a big old coyote. Yeah, look at that. There's a big... Oh, look at that thing. Huge. That coyote was hanging around here for some reason. I don't think it was a loup-garou. I don't think it can climb trees. See any up there?
See for yourself. Now, if you're anything like most viewers, you probably didn't catch it on the first watch. As he moves toward the shack, a shadow drifts across the window and disappears. He doesn't pause, doesn't react, doesn't even break his stride. He just continues on as though everything is completely normal, because as far as he knew, it was. He only discovered what was on the footage after returning home and rewatching the recording. The noise itself isn't hard to explain. Warped tin, bayou moisture, some animal slipping away, that all checks out. But the shadow is a different matter entirely. He was out there by himself, and whatever that shape was, it moved with intention. Not a trick of reflected light, not a distortion through the glass. It moved like something that was already aware he was on his way. Whatever was lurking in that window, it certainly wasn't a piece of history. This footage follows Tim and his two companions, Ben and John, as they venture into a supposedly haunted and long abandoned house deep in the woods, a place rumored to host dark, possibly satanic rituals. Armed with flashlights and fueled by equal parts excitement and nerves, the three friends set off toward the isolated property. The mood starts relatively light, but something about the dense shadowy tree line surrounding the place makes it difficult to shake the creeping sense that this was a bad idea. At first, the group approaches with curiosity, cracking jokes as they pry open the groaning front door. But the moment they step inside, the laughter dies down, the interior is rotting and decrepit, with shadows shifting across the walls and every small sound amplified in the stillness. Moving from room to room, their flashlight beams sweep across spray-painted graffiti, strange markings, and what look like the remnants of ritualistic activity, enough to make even the bravest person think twice. The deeper they push into the house, the harder it becomes to ignore a thick, nauseating stench of decay. It hangs in the air like a warning. Smashed furniture, shattered glass, and walls plastered with cryptic writings paint a picture of a place that has seen things no one should witness. The friendly chatter between the three gradually dissolves into hushed, uneasy murmurs as the feeling of being watched begins to settle over them. Then Tim senses something nearby. Strange, unexplained sounds start echoing through the halls, sounds that have no obvious source. Growing louder and more frequent, the noises push the group's anxiety to a breaking point. They try to talk themselves out of their fear, but the dread is impossible to shake. Ben's resolve crumbles first, and he starts pushing the others toward the exit, insisting they've had more than enough. John, on the other hand, keeps brushing off their concerns, almost as if he's daring the house to prove him wrong.
John, come on, man.
Dude, come on! All relax, you guys are so tight.
John.
That friction between the three only makes the atmosphere feel more volatile. Then they find it, a locked door, its surface gouged and scratched, as though something had been desperately trying to claw through from the other side. Whatever confidence remained evaporates instantly, and the noises they've been hearing seem to be drawing nearer.
Guys, we need to go. I could puke.
Whoa. Dude,
Hey, God.
Hey.
Yeah, guys, we gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Whoa.
Do you hear that? Oh my God! Go! Oh my God! Oh my God!
The group scrambles to get out, only to discover the door they entered through is now inexplicably locked. Trapped inside, panic takes over completely. They pound on walls, yank at doors, and shout over one another as the banging sounds intensify, and the sense of an unseen presence closing in becomes overwhelming. Eventually, they force their way out and sprint back through the woods without a single glance behind them. When they finally stop, gasping and trembling at a safe distance from the house, no one speaks for a long moment. The video closes on that uneasy silence, the three friends visibly rattled, quietly swearing they will never go anywhere near that place again, each of them still trying to make sense of what they left behind in that dark, isolated house. While wandering through a derelict, abandoned structure, one man began experiencing an unsettling feeling, as though unseen eyes were tracking his every move. The deeper he pushed into those vacant corridors, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. Eventually, his nerves got the better of him, and he resolved to get out of there. But on his way to the exit, he stumbled upon something that stopped him cold.
يي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله فكرت في اشي هون اخوان ها سمعتوا الصوت صوت الباب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم اسمع صوت الصراخ اسمع.
Just as he's making his way toward the door, he spots a chilling face peering out at him from the frame of a nearby doorway. What makes it even more disturbing is that the figure seems to be locked onto him directly, making no effort whatsoever to conceal itself or step back into the shadows. Overcome with the need to know more, he sprints over to investigate. But when he finally arrives at that exact spot, there's nothing, no trace, no sign, no indication that anyone had ever been standing there at all. So was this just some other person lurking within the building's walls? Or did this urban explorer unknowingly document something that had no business being there? In July 1920, the crew over at U-Boaters continued their ongoing exploration of an abandoned Kirkbride asylum somewhere in Minnesota. And what began as a fairly relaxed walkthrough quickly took a darker turn once they decided to settle in and attempt communication with anything that might still be lurking there. Among their discoveries were solitary confinement cells fitted with enormous electromagnetic locks, and carved into the reinforced glass were messages left behind by former patients, a haunting reminder that the people once held there were anything but willing.
Oh, let's go in there.
Oh, the white room.
Look at this. Look how big the lock is. It's like an electromagnet, that's what it is. That locks it. I think that's what it is.
Light switch for it. Look at this. This is where they handle food.
Wow.
So I just scratched in here.
If you put it together.
Whoa, look at the light, look at the light.
Oh yeah. Oh bro, I want to get that.
Is it from mine?
Yeah, it says pigs.
Someone scratched something into the window.
It says pigs, pigs.
Pig Z, that looks like a W or something. Pigs, yeah.
Wow.
Someone was not happy to be in there.
I can't imagine anybody would be.
I wonder if I can even see him.
There's even some other range.
The hinge on the door too is insane. Goes all the way through.
Even the scratched and all right here, just.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The further they pushed into the building, the more its grim past came into focus. Pharmaceutical storage rooms with labels still clinging to the shelves, workout routines scrawled across the walls, and that distinctive odor of an old care facility slowly rotting from the inside out. Let's just say the air quality left a lot to be desired.
Surprisingly.
Sounds like the old folks' home.
Yeah, see, we're not the only ones who smoked in here.
Yeah.
At least we didn't savage.
Yeah, we're just not littering.
We're not. That's the one thing. We are definitely not. Sleeping.
Yeah.
I have no clue where we are.
Here's the laundry room here.
Dude, it's like a fake.
Happened again. Sorry. Every door I open.
Oh damn, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, a little closet there.
Oh.
Hey, someone need a light bulb? Right there for you.
I ain't going that thing.
This is the laundry room.
This is cool in here. Oh, this looks super cool.
It's not that cool. The office isn't that great.
Shut up. I mean, yeah, the opposite.
Oh. I said it right here, right now. The office isn't that great.
It's a unisex bathroom.
Is it? Wow. They're so ahead of their time.
Hey guys, this cord does not work.
Doesn't work?
Then why keep it?
Yeah, why is it in there? Huh? Why is it in there?
Huron units.
5 push-ups, 25 sit-ups. It's like a workout routine.
Hey, it's a nice picture.
Kyle came through here, I guess.
Yeah.
You mean you?
Yeah, I came through here.
Kyle, what the hell are you doing?
Look at that, they didn't even finish their Mountain Dew.
Gross. These windows are normal, so.
Oh, dude.
We guess we're gonna get some drugs. Boys, we getting tonight.
Jesus. Just keep going.
They dragged some chairs into a corridor, broke out their detection gear, and invited any spirits in the vicinity to interact with the green light, or simply come and sit beside them. And almost right away, the building started talking back.
So grab some chairs.
I got you.
We can just chill here. Oh, damn, this is a spooky little shot here.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
I hear a voice. No, I just went. No.
I didn't. Your phone's going off.
I'm watching a live stream.
That's what we were hearing.
I'm watching a live stream.
What are you watching a live? How does that even happen?
I don't know. I wasn't. My phone must have turned the phone screen off.
You should turn that light off, actually. Just completely. Just use the light on your thing, because it'll mess up my footage.
If there's anybody in this building that's watching us going through around into your home, can you please touch that device on the chair? Or sit down, just come chill with us. It'll let us know you're there. It'll beep.
Yeah, just take a seat in the chair.
Anything at all you can do to show yourself.
If you can make a noise, any kind of sign. Try to turn your light off.
Oh, my card's full.
It's okay. I got it.
Did you catch that? Heavy door slams reverberated through the empty halls, shuffling and rustling drifted out of nearby rooms, and one member of the crew spotted a strange flash of light streak across his camera display while they sat completely still in the pitch black.
Awful.
Thank you. It was definitely just the one now. But we just need you to touch that green light.
Did you hear it again? I heard it again.
I got goosebumps. We just need you to touch that green light.
Did you hear it again? I heard it again.
I got goosebumps.
I'm not gonna face my back to that.
We know you're in here.
If you made that noise, can you come over here?
Just please touch that green light.
Touch the green light or sit in the chair.
It'll let us know that you're listening.
Seeming pretty empty.
Yep. Whoa.
I don't like hearing those doors.
I just seen a little light thing on my camera come down.
Every question they threw into the darkness seemed to draw out another response, and the atmosphere grew so oppressive that one of them openly admitted his heart was hammering in his chest, and he couldn't bring himself to face whatever was behind him.
I don't know if that was me, or just if it's a dust. All you gotta do is just touch the green light on the chair. You can make it beep for me, I know you can do it. You can make it beep for me, I know you can do it.
Heard that rustle again. I don't like this.
I'll pick my eyes a bit to adjust to that thing. Yeah, I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I don't really. I heard a few like door slams, but them could have definitely just been the wind.
You know, that's always the prime excuse too. There's a lot of doors here.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be carrying this in my left hand though. So
Yeah,
feel
if you
free
want
to
to,
touch it.
if you interact with it,
We'll stop what we're doing.
that's how we know you're here. It was getting pretty intense in there, in that room. I don't know why.
Another loud slam rang out, and they tried to convince themselves it was just the wind. But when they went completely silent and dared it to happen again, the whole building fell dead quiet, as if something in there was just as aware of them as they were of it.
That was a loud slam.
Did you hear a slam?
Yeah, I'm back to the race game.
What the f?
For real, I want to go back. We got another floor to explore. That is true. We can still go to the 4th floor. Be constant.
Hey, just be quiet. Let's see if we can hear it again.
Can you do that again?
Up on the higher floors, bird carcasses littered the ground beneath crumbling ceiling tiles, and graffiti covered nearly every surface.
The wind in here. Oh, guys, I think this is like the fresh air. You see how it goes out that window?
Dude, the nostalgia. Look at that cup. Dude, it's an aesthetic.
It's aesthetic. Oh my.
Sex room. Yeah, this was on the floor over there where we just came from. And where is
This place is pretty empty, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Hey, that this game.
activity room.
I'm sorry.
Oh my.
In this room. Oh yeah, no.
I had sex here, 8:31.
You know, out of all the places I could go to have sex, this has to be like one of the lowest.
Yeah, why would you want to go have sex here?
So what exactly was behind those door slams in a structure with zero power running through it? What produced that flash of light on camera when nobody was in motion? And why did every sound in that building go completely silent the instant they asked it to? Urban Explorer from the LMLM channel decided to bring his father along on a visit to a derelict railway workshop scheduled for demolition. The structure was packed with echoes of its former life, making it an ideal location for some moody, atmospheric photography. Once they reached the ground level, the sheer age of the building made itself known almost immediately. Water was trickling down from above, collecting in pools around the main electrical panel. They paused to check whether the power supply had been cut, since the combination of water and live electricity was not something to take lightly. Drawn by curiosity, they pressed on, and as they made their way up the staircase, strange sounds began drifting down from the floor above. Following the noise, they traced it back to what had once been the workers' locker rooms, the kind of space where employees would change and clean up after a long shift. On closer inspection, they discovered a faucet had been torn clean from the wall, with water still pouring freely from the opening. By the look of it, the leak had been running for a full day at minimum, leaving the entire upper floor submerged. The water had already started pushing through the ceiling, dripping steadily into the floor below and turning it into something resembling an indoor pond. Fortunately, the father tracked down the main shutoff valve and managed to stop the flow before things got any worse. The immediate crisis was over, but the uneasy feeling that had settled over the place refused to lift. This building had once hummed with activity and purpose, and now it stood as a hollow, unsettling monument to everything that had faded away. The further they ventured inside, the more obvious it became that the physical deterioration was only one layer of what made this place feel so wrong. Some locations carry a weight that's hard to shake. What had begun as a fairly ordinary urban exploration outing had taken a far more disturbing turn for both the creator and his father. Even after stepping back outside, the oppressive atmosphere of the building seemed to follow them, as though whatever lingered within those walls wasn't finished just yet. Once again, we're back with Dark Exploration Films, a YouTube channel run by Devin, an urban explorer who dedicates his time to seeking out and documenting forgotten buildings with deep historical roots. It's September 22nd, 2017, and Devin along with his crew are making their way through a crumbling, unsettling former NYPD facility. As they dig into the layers of the city's law enforcement past, the underground tunnels yield piles of old mugshots, voice identification equipment, tape recorders, and computers that may well have been used as evidence in criminal cases. Venturing up to the higher floors, they come across demolished waiting areas, police uniforms, walkie-talkies, and even a stash of classic rap cassette tapes down in the basement. Further into the building, the group comes across what seems to have once been a medical bay or infirmary, where they find empty prescription bottles, urine sample containers, hospital beds, and most chillingly of all, what appear to be genuine bloodstains splattered across the floor. These were nothing more than waiting rooms. Because I feel like past those doors over there are certain sergeants or officers. This is a waiting room, and that door all the way down there where the rainbow leads, that's another waiting room, and that's somewhere to get food. I can't tell. With no history on this place and no signs to designate what's where, it's hard to tell what's what. Follow the rainbow. Oh, here, now we got some furniture. Now it's starting to look like a really cool building with the posters on the wall and whatnot. Whoa, this room is full of bird shit. ICM coordinator, I don't know what that means. What are these little cubicles?
Yeah.
Ah, wow, look, case managers. So when they're working on like a heavy case or something, I guess these are where all the secretaries are. At one point during his walkthrough, Devin comes upon a waiting room that's completely rotted out, falling apart, and plastered in graffiti, radiating an incredibly eerie and uncomfortable atmosphere. But in a strange contrast, he spots a rainbow still faintly visible on the floor, alongside a rainbow sign tucked in the corner that has somehow remained completely untouched. Oh, here we go. See, I don't know that much information on this place, but calendars are the best way. 1990. I could believe that. That sounds just about right. I was looking at these papers, and all these are confidential patient records and criminal records. Obviously, I can't show any faces or any names or anything like that, but stuff is pretty cool, man.
So that was the floor we just came out of right there. I just saw it behind us. The Intensive Case Management Service. So we're gonna head to the 3rd floor and see what's up there. Okay, this floor looks so cool. I don't even know where to look first. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, this probably was I can't tell. This definitely was some sort of kid's playroom. Maybe a daycare for the policemen's and women's sons and daughters. Oh, look at this. This is in good condition.
This kind of looks like a pharmacy.
Just a warning. He's about to make a disturbing discovery.
I think it is. Got some medical equipment over here. All right, let's see what's behind this place. Damn, these hallways are creepy. Oh, definitely a pharmacy or some type of medical stuff. There's medical stuff everywhere. All these are files, I bet you. Wow. A bag of pill bottles. Empty. But still here. Got a bed in here. Probably more beds. Oh, here we go. We have a whole room in here. Damn, I wonder what this was for. Like at a police station? That's so random to have a bed. He then comes across a couple of beds, which raises the possibility that someone has been through here not too long ago, or perhaps even used the space as a makeshift place to sleep. This is so creepy. Whoa, are those pill bottles? They're all empty. I can't tell if they're pill bottles or what. Damn.
That's for the bed. Damn, it's crazy. Guys, I have no idea what we just walked into, but it's clear it's a medical room. It's obvious it's a medical room. And this place is crazy. I mean, I've seen a lot of fake blood. This does not look fake. Especially because, is this a blood bag?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely don't even get near it. Yeah, the sink. Oh, I gotta watch my step. Oh man. What the hell went on here? Oh, gotta be careful. Are these urine bottles? I think so. Oh my god. Jesus.
So what do you think was actually happening in this place? Could someone have been here recently? And if so, whatever they were up to sounds like it could have been seriously dark. Fortunately, Devin and his crew got out without any trouble, but we want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments down below. This chilling urban exploration comes courtesy of James, the man behind the popular YouTube channel, The Bearded Explorer. Over the course of 8 years, James has built a loyal following by venturing into forgotten, crumbling spaces and uncovering the eerie beauty that decay leaves behind. He's the kind of person who stays cool under pressure, someone who doesn't rattle easily. But what unfolded during this particular outing was something entirely outside his experience. It was Halloween night, October 31st, 2021, bitterly cold and unsettling, when James made the decision to head out alone to a derelict, long-abandoned hospital in the dead of night. Most people wouldn't entertain the idea for a second, but for James, that's precisely the kind of thing he lives for. What's more, this wasn't even his first time inside these walls. He documented a previous visit in an earlier video, and during that trip it became unmistakably clear that something deeply wrong inhabits this place. But on this night, James was going to feel that truth in a way he never had before.
Welcome back to the channel and welcome to tonight's special Halloween video. So tonight I have come back to the hospital where I caught something on camera. I'm not going to say whether it was a ghost, I don't know what it was. But tonight I am here on my own, as you can see, in the pitch black. And we're going to take a walk around this hospital. It's going to be absolutely terrifying. So let's go and see what happens.
As James checks in with his audience, there's a tension in his voice he can't quite hide. He draws a slow breath before speaking, steadying himself. This is no ordinary outing. His last visit to this hospital left a mark on him, something inexplicable that he simply cannot shake. It wasn't a fleeting shadow or a bump in the dark. It was something that broke the rules of logic entirely, something that has lived rent-free in his head ever since. And now he's walking back in.
I'm absolutely crapping myself right now, knowing what I've got ahead of me. But I wanted to make this a special video for Halloween, so I'm here, like I said to you before, on my own. Let's go and get it. Not gonna lie, I'm quite nervous. In fact, I'm very nervous. I'm here on my own, in the pitch black. And already I'm getting freaked out. And I'm not even in the building yet. Cannot believe that I'm doing this on my own at night. Oh, okay. Okay, right. Definitely not going up that way.
The moment James crosses the threshold, an oppressive feeling descends on him almost instantly. The air is thicker somehow, colder, as though the building has registered his arrival. Even with all the abandoned locations James has walked through over the years, this place carries a different kind of weight. Still, he pushes on, whether for his viewers or to settle something unresolved inside himself.
Freezing in here. Oh. It is absolutely freezing. Why is it so cold? It wasn't this cold last time. There's no windows open in here. There's no like drafts or anything coming through the windows. Like, every single window is boarded. Oh, oh. Okay, whoa. Okay, that was creepy. That was really creepy. It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's no one there. Oh, why is it so cold? And look. Come outside and it's... There's hardly anything, but literally I step into this room here the temperature change from there to here is... There's a bit, but there's nothing compared to what it's like in there. That is really strange.
Moving further into the building, a sudden drop in temperature cuts right through him. There's no rational explanation for a cold snap this sharp in this spot. His gut is telling him something is wrong, but he keeps moving anyway.
It's scary down here, but I'm really not looking forward to going up there. Not after what I saw.
His voice drops to a shaky whisper as he tells the camera, "I don't want to go down that hallway." The fear underneath those words is unmistakable, and the reason for it goes back to what he witnessed here the first time. Let's revisit that moment from his earlier visit so you can truly grasp what he's up against.
Weird stuff in here. Oh, fuck!
During that first exploration, James caught something on camera that he still hasn't been able to make peace with. At the far end of a long, pitch-black corridor, a figure materialized. The detail that makes your blood run cold. James was completely alone that day, or at least he believed he was. To this day, he can't explain what appeared in that hallway. Was it someone hiding in the shadows, or something that defies any rational explanation? It's the not knowing that makes it so deeply disturbing. That image has never left him, and now, standing in that same building, he's forcing himself to face it again.
I'm not looking forward to this. Why am I doing this? Why am I here on my own, walking around this abandoned hospital that I saw something? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a ghost. It wasn't a shadow. I mean, I can show you guys now, right? This is basically where I was standing. This is where I was. The camera was literally there. This is what you saw. Basically that. Now, I heard something, I cracked myself, I ran back here, and as I picked it up, I went like that, and then I saw something just behind that blue chair. Now, bearing in mind I saw it with my own eyes, I didn't realise I had it on camera, but a lot of you guys were saying it's shadows, it's this, it's that, but, you know, I just cannot stress to you enough that this wasn't a shadow. I actually saw something move with my own eyes, and I cannot reenact that. You know, that there is no shadow. What the hell was that? Oh, I think it's just water dripping. It just... I don't know what it was.
As he continues deeper into the hospital, James brings his viewers to the precise spot where his encounter took place on that first visit. Standing right there, staring at the very location that has haunted him, a creeping dread settles over him once more. This time, thankfully, nothing appears. But the memory of that shadowy form refuses to leave him alone. He tries to push the unease aside and stay focused on filming, pressing further into this section of the building in an effort to keep his mind occupied. The hospital, however, has its own agenda.
I could just hear noises all around me. Right, let's do this. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I'm sure I heard some. I don't know. It's probably just the wind. I mean, it is a little bit windy out there today, but it's not. What was that? Okay, this is the worst part for me. But I never put... This is weird. I think it is just Whoa. Okay. Okay, that's scary. I'm pretty sure it is just water dripping, but... Oh. God, this is absolutely... What the fuck? No, I'm hearing noises all around me. I don't know what it is. As you can tell, I'm out of my own comfort zone right now. I can't even talk properly. This is just... Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, temperature in here has just gone absolutely 0. Oh. Okay, that is tripping. That's one good thing. I'm not sure about the other noises I heard though. I just want to get out, but I don't. I want to stay here and I want to look. I just want to...
Sounds began bleeding in from the surrounding darkness, each one sending a fresh spike of adrenaline through his body. Certain that he isn't the only one in the building, James decides to relocate, hoping a different part of the hospital might offer some relief. The sounds, though, have no intention of stopping.
I need to press on. And, you know, it's not a recent thing. You can see the amount of dead... What the... Is there something behind there? No. Okay, that was weird. As I was saying, there's debris on the top of that. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm just going to stand still for a minute or two. Whoa, whoa, okay, no, don't do that. Please don't do that. The gimbal's just gone all funny again. What? Why is it doing that? Okay, this is scary. No, I was going to say I'm just going to stand here for a minute, but I don't know what it is, but something has just made me feel like I want to get out of here, like now. Shit. Whoa, okay. I'm not done yet. I still... Oh, there's a mirror there. No, I'm not looking in that mirror. Okay, I'm not looking in that mirror. Ah! Okay, I'm not going back up that way. I have to go back through here. I have to go back through. I can't go up that corridor again. I just can't do it. Oh, this is the room. It's got that glass. I'm not going in there again either. That glass is like... Literally... Wow. Okay. Oh, God. I think it's just water dripping from the ceiling, but it's scary. Jesus.
With every footstep, James gets the overwhelming sense that the darkness around him is aware, watching, waiting. The noises trail after him, quiet but relentless, always seeming to originate just out of reach. He tries to talk himself down, but fear has already taken the wheel. Rational thought has given way to something ancient and instinctive, and what's coming next is going to be far worse.
Okay, look, the gimbal has just gone... Why has it done that again?
Without warning, his camera lurches with a violent jolt. The gimbal, a piece of equipment specifically engineered to absorb movement and stay steady, appears to have been shoved, yet there's nobody there. This kind of movement isn't even within the gimbal's range of malfunction. It simply shouldn't happen. Not wanting to stand around waiting for an answer, James heads upstairs, hoping the extra distance from whatever is below will help him pull himself together. That hope doesn't last long.
I don't think I've ever been so scared, I'll be honest. I really don't think I have been. For some reason, I don't feel as scared up here. It seems a little bit more relaxed. Whoa, apart from the floor does that. I don't know if it's because there is a breeze coming through here. Oh my goodness me, this is terrifying me. Oh God. Oh, and the worst thing about it is I'm on my own. I've got nobody to run to. I think this is nervous. Oh God. What was that? I thought I just want... No, I'm hearing things. Look at this little... What was that? What was that? Oh, God. There's this little fungus growing there on its own. What the hell was that?
The sounds refuse to stay behind. Wherever he goes, They go too, always lurking just past the boundary of his flashlight's beam. He freezes, holds his breath, and listens hard.
There's someone in there. That can't be. Fuck. No. There's no one in here. There is nobody in here. It's just me. Hello? Oh, fuck. There's no one in here. There is nobody in here. There's another loft space. Oh, God, I didn't know that was there. I did not know that was there. Oh. There is nobody in here. What? Oh my God, this is terrifying. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Oh my God, I just cannot but. Oh. Oh God, okay. Oh, I've never been so scared. I've never been so scared. I'm getting out of here. I've had enough. Fuck that. Fuck that. That was weird.
And then it happens. James hits his limit. The fear surges past the point of no return, and he bolts down the staircase, his heart hammering against his ribs. Every thought in his head is pointed at one thing: getting out of that building and away from whatever is sharing it with him. But the hospital isn't finished yet.
This place. Oh, I hate this place, I really do. Just listen. Oh, God. Shit.
Tearing toward the exit, James feels something bearing down on him from behind. He doesn't look back, not once. He runs like his life depends on it, and when he finally crashes out into the freezing night air, he doesn't slow down until he reaches his car.
I don't want to know what it was. I'm never going back there again. That was... I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say. I'm...
As he drives away, pulse still thundering, the questions come flooding in. What were those sounds? Why did it feel like something was tracking his every move? And that ball, where on earth did it come from? What James knows for certain is this: he was not alone inside that hospital. What was there with him, though, remains a mystery that has no clean answer. And one thing couldn't be clearer: he has absolutely no desire to ever go back. At least, not while he's still breathing. Straight Explorer is a content creator who dedicates himself to venturing through forests, derelict buildings with dark pasts, and locations tied to disturbing events. He documents everything on camera, always hoping to catch something out of the ordinary, though most outings end without incident. This particular trip, though, wasn't even meant to be one of those hunts. He simply wanted to head out into the woods, set up camp, and enjoy himself. What he got instead was something that left him genuinely rattled.
Guys, we are back with another adventure. As you can see, we're jumping right into this one. You know, it is a running theme on this channel that I am always late. I may feel or seem a little bit off, and that is because I've literally I've been here, I've put my bag down here, I've been here for about 10-15 minutes. I don't know if I've said where we are. We are in the infamous Hopworth Woods. Now this place is ancient, and I'm going to get into some of the stories later, but there has been over the years a lot of people doing rituals and stuff in here. There's been arrests, well, I'm going to get into that later.
He got his tarp and hammock sorted, then hunted around for firewood so he could get a blaze going, partly for warmth, partly to get some food on. For a while, everything felt perfectly normal. The atmosphere was relaxed, nothing seemed off, and he was just looking forward to a quiet night. Then the situation shifted, and it didn't stop shifting.
That was the sound of someone walking around again. That's 3 times now. 3 times tonight I've heard someone walking around.
He began picking up the sound of footsteps nearby, yet every time he turned to look, there was nobody there. He swept the surrounding trees with his flashlight and came up empty. He kept tending to his food, trying to play it cool, but the unease building inside him was hard to ignore.
What was that? Hello?
Whatever it was remained invisible, yet the sounds and footsteps kept drawing nearer. An animal would typically have moved on by now, spooked by the fire, the smell, the human presence. But this didn't move on. He eventually climbed into his hammock and shut the camera off, hoping to get some sleep and resume filming come morning. Instead, he was jolted awake deep in the night by the sound of heavy footsteps making deliberate circles around his camp. That was all he needed.
There's someone walking around outside. I've been listening for 5 minutes. I can't see anyone, but I can hear them. Yeah, I just woke up and I could hear someone walking around out there to my left, over by the where the fire was. Hello?
He threw his gear together as quickly as he could, made his way back through the darkness to his car, and got out of there entirely. He never did work out what had been lurking around him, but whatever it was clearly alive, aware, and in no hurry to leave. An animal? A person? He genuinely couldn't say. But here's the thing. Most wildlife will bolt at the first sign of noise, confrontation, or a direct call into the darkness. This didn't. And that's the part that lingers. Because if it was a person deliberately staying out of sight, that raises a whole other question. What exactly were they waiting around for? Maybe it was completely harmless, maybe not. But in a remote location, surrounded by total darkness, the smart move is always to leave first and wonder later. So I want to know what you think. Was something genuinely out there or not? An animal, a person, or something else entirely? A group of men had settled in for what they expected to be a calm, relaxing night of car camping out in the woods. The hours passed without incident, until midnight rolled around and everything changed. Out of nowhere, a leopard wandered right into their camp. Fortunately, they spotted it before things could escalate, and the big cat slipped back into the darkness just as fast as it had arrived. Brendan James is an American stealth van camper and the creator behind the YouTube channel Brendan Explores. His approach to travel is deliberately understated. He relies on careful observation, quiet habits, and situational awareness as he navigates from place to place. He went into this particular outing expecting more of the same laid-back experience, but events quickly tested his instincts and pushed him well outside his usual comfort zone. March 18th, 2025. The plan was a 4-day camper van journey through southeast England. Before any of that could begin though, the van itself demanded attention. A sink had developed a leak that needed sorting out before he could hit the road.
Some more accessories for this van, one of which being a brand new placemat to be able to go at the front once we've obviously cleaned that and given it a mop. Probably should have done that before I clicked record. Oh well. And I've already started getting some camp supplies together, most importantly 2 bowls of kimchi spicy noodles from Home Bargains. They are absolutely to die for. First things first, let's get this diesel heater on, get some heat running through this van before my toes fall off. And let's see if we can get to work on this pipe.
With the fix taken care of, he set off, pressing on despite the fact that the day had already gotten off to a rocky start. His next priority was tracking down a decent place to spend the night. The first candidate was tucked near a wooded area, but the ground had turned soft and waterlogged. The mud posed a real risk, and the van began sliding enough to make him think twice. He carefully reversed out before things got worse. A second option brought him closer to where he was due to meet up with someone. This one sat alongside a reservoir, offered more open ground, and gave him room to use leveling blocks under the van. Against the earlier spot, it felt like a much more manageable choice. He got the van level and fired up the diesel heater to take the edge off the cold.
And we're in. And we're in. Oh. That was a rough drive. Oh, I'm knackered now. After using the leveling blocks, we're still not 100% level.
That's when things started getting busy around him. Cars began pulling in, their headlights cutting across the van, voices drifting through the darkness, and the surrounding stillness giving way to steady movement.
We're outside. Just parked up looking at us, and somebody is coming towards the van with a head torch on. Someone's at the back of the van. What the hell is this person doing? He's just sat there. The headlight shining at the van. There's absolutely no reason why anyone should be down this road at this time of night unless they're camping. That's a car, not a van. Another car's just pulled up.
Any sense of privacy quickly evaporated. Brendan kept a close eye on what was unfolding, and something about the whole scene just didn't sit right with him.
Way too many of them. Not enough of me.
That uneasy feeling lingered long enough to convince him to pack up and move on once more. He went through the whole process again, leveling the van, getting the heater running, and setting up the bed. Rain moved in overnight, and the temperature dropped, but this final location offered enough shelter and seclusion to actually feel secure. The van stayed warm, and the quieter surroundings made rest possible. Come morning, he stepped out to assess things. The rain was still falling, and the chill hadn't lifted. Even so, this spot was a clear improvement over everything that had come before. He worked through his morning routine, cleaning up, sorting his gear, and getting supplies back in order. The reservoir sat largely obscured behind the gray overcast, though it hinted at better scenery once the weather turned. Before heading out, he took one more look around the water and gave the van a final tidy-up.
Dun-dun! Me in the morning. Oh. It's not a pretty sight, but we're up. It's raining.
The takeaways couldn't have been clearer. Scout your locations with care, know what your van can and can't handle, and never assume a solo trip through unpredictable conditions will go exactly as planned. The Project Purgatory crew headed out to the unsettling Cobb Forest for a paranormal investigation, but once darkness took over,
I know you heard that shit.
Yeah. Sounds like a tambourine.
I know you hear him laughing.
Yeah.
You don't hear him laughing? Flip, you don't hear this nigga laughing?
He's in the bush right there.
Should we walk by him?
Are we going?
What the fuck? Should we go over there?
Yeah.
Let's go.
If anything.
things initially appeared completely uneventful. The shadowy, overgrown trails were dead quiet, with absolutely nothing out of the ordinary to speak of. That peaceful stillness, however, was about to be shattered in a dramatic way.
Yeah. Hey. Bro, what? I don't even...
Okay.
Walking through, we see a group standing around in a circle. Two of them laughing for no reason. We start walking, we see one pop up behind a bush, just standing there straight staring at us. Then the group, all in a circle, starts looking at us while we walk by them, and then they start following us as we walk by them. So we all got our shit out right now. Nah, this ain't one of them ones, bro. This ain't one of them ones. I'll take a nigga off a cliff with me. I'm surviving, bro. That's all I know.
Bro, I'll tell you what. Ghosts are one thing. People.
You see the dude in black just standing there looking at us?
Yeah, that man just popped up out of the bush.
Bro, make sure you keep it. You hear that shit?
Why are they following us right now?
They're following us, bro. They're following us.
I know they're
Deep in the woods, they stumbled upon a group of people standing completely still in the darkness, seemingly engaged in some kind of ritualistic activity. The campers were unsure how to react at first, until the situation took a sharp turn and the decision was made for them.
Sounds like drumming.
Is that them?
Yeah.
All right. We're coming up on them. Come on.
I'm not sticking around.
I feel like they surrounding them.
Get him. You just say get him? Nigga, run! Yeah, I'm not sticking around.
Chills shot through everyone when a voice called out, "Get them with the light," a clear signal that their presence was not welcome out there. Gripped by fear, they scrapped their camping plans entirely and got out. This footage comes from a YouTube channel called JB Good, and curiously, it's the one and only upload ever posted there. It was recorded on September 5th, 2014. A group of friends were on their way back from a camping trip, heading toward their countryside getaway, when their drive took a deeply unsettling turn. They found themselves on a remote stretch of road, cutting through dense woodland, and something unexpected moved into their path.
Come on, Si, sing. Woohoo! Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know. You're so good at that.
fuck? What the fuck is that? What size is it?
What?
I don't know. Can you not see that?
Oh my god, what is that?
It's a dog, isn't it?
Can you hear that growling?
As their headlights washed over the road ahead, a large shape materialized in the distance. Their first instinct was that it was a dog, possibly injured and in need of assistance, so they began to slow down, completely unprepared for what they were actually dealing with.
Oh my god.
What's
it doing? Oh my god. Is it a dog? Is it hurt?
Should we check?
I think, yeah, let's go and have a look.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shit.
They were convinced the figure crouched on the road was nothing but a wounded animal. Out of concern, the group decided to stop the car. They climbed out, fully expecting to help some poor creature in distress. But standing there in the dead of night, hemmed in by thick trees and an almost suffocating silence, what appeared to be harmless could easily have been the beginning of something far more sinister.
Let's go and have a look.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shit.
Come on, let's go have a look. Come on. Guys, let's go, just stop, just get out and have a look. God, I'm really scared. Tom! Where is it?
The nearer they approached, the more their unease began to grow. Deep, rumbling growls rolled through the darkness, close enough to raise the hair on the back of their necks. Every part of them was screaming to retreat, yet they kept moving forward. Then this is what unfolded.
Sophie! I'm scared. Guys. Is it? It sounds really close. Right, get in the car now, Tom. Sophie, get in. Oh my god. No.
Just as they closed the distance, the growling cut out completely, replaced almost immediately by a haunting howl echoing from the opposite direction. In that moment, it became clear this was no ordinary injured animal. Whatever it was,
this wasn't just an injured animal.
It posed a far greater threat than they had imagined. Terror took over, and the group bolted back to the car. That's where the footage ends. What followed remains a complete mystery, since the channel was never touched again, and this video stands as its only record. So what was this thing? It didn't move the way a dog would, and it bore little resemblance to a wolf either. Something about it was just different. Nobody has ever been able to identify what those friends encountered on that road, and to this day, the footage raises far more questions than it will ever answer. The next chilling video comes from Swamp Valley, a UK-based YouTube channel dedicated to bushcraft, wild camping, and outdoor survival. The man behind the channel, Sky Miller, documents everything from gear reviews and woodland workshops to hands-on DIY projects like hand-making bushcraft knives and bringing old canoes back to life. It's October 28th, 2022, and the shelter had been wrapped in an almost unsettling calm. Too calm, Sky sat close to the fire, taking in the soft pop of burning wood and the faint whisper of wind moving through the trees. Then the atmosphere shifted. A sound cut through the quiet that had no business being there. It was weighted, purposeful, like something or someone was making its way through the tree line just beyond his sight. He went still, ears sharp. Silence. Then a branch cracked close by, loud and deliberate. His instincts kicked in immediately. He grabbed his axe and swept his gaze across the dark pulse hammering in his chest. There was no doubt something was out there. He caught brief, unsettling glimpses, shadows moving in ways that didn't make sense. A glint of eyeshine there 1 second, and gone the next. This wasn't just a wandering animal. Whatever it was seemed to be stalking him, watching from a distance, edging closer with every passing moment.
You guys hear that? That was... I wonder if it's the goat. There used to be a goat that kicked around here. But I've never made that noise before. I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. But anyway, it's hot dog time. Keep an eye on that.
don't know what it is, but see when you come out to the woods on your own, it's always just a bit more creepy. I think I'm freaking myself out. But anyway, we're good. It's hot dog time. Oh, they look amazing. Just going for your bog standard ketchup and yeah, ketchup and mustard. There we go. Look at that. Oh. So I've been hearing that noise a lot more. It's been basically surrounding the camp. I heard it over there. I've heard it up that way. Yeah, it's not often. It's like every 20 minutes or so, maybe half an hour. But it is weird. Sounds really funny. I've set up a little thing. I've got my bag with my jacket in it. I've tried to sort of copy me sitting there, and I'm going to try and sneak away.
Once his camp is set up, the strange sounds start closing in, and Sky becomes increasingly convinced he's not alone out there. He even rigs up a decoy in hopes of drawing the unknown presence toward him and getting it on film.
Yeah, it seems like everything's been quiet for about 10 minutes. Let's just hope that we can figure out what this is. I bet it's a farm or something like that, just messing with me. God, I don't like it. Here, there's a nice wee ditch. Okay, so I found myself a wee hidey spot. I'm getting bloody soaked out here. It's been about 10 minutes and I'm just filming. Like zoomed in. Sorry if it's a bit pixelated. My camera doesn't zoom that good. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I can't even see anything. Is that a man? Where'd he go? That's when I want the dog.
So what do you think he actually captured? Was it just some guy wandering the woods at night? Some kind of creature? Or something that defies explanation entirely? Drop your theories down in the comments.
Hello? Hello? soon as I said hello, it just disappeared.
If it really were just another person out there, you'd expect them to answer when called out to. And Sky called out not once, but twice. Both times he was met with dead silence, which makes the whole thing feel a lot more unsettling than a simple case of trespassing. Ask yourself,
I don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I'm gonna get my axe and keep it very, very close to me, because that is the weirdest thing. Yeah, this is taking a bit of a turn. I've been having the most stressful week, and I was like, I'm coming out to the woods to chill, have a nice relaxing time. Whatever. I think it's a guy. Like, I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe because it's Halloween, it's some guy like messing with me or something. Seen me coming out. But it's just weird. Like, that is weird behaviour. And I cannot see or hear anything now. I'll get back to you. Well folks, I came out here for a nice chill time in the woods. Like, I love camping. That's basically what I like about coming out for solo camp, is that you're out by yourself and you can relax and just stay.
what would you have done in his shoes? He came out to these woods looking for nothing more than a relaxing night under the stars. Instead, he found himself in something far more threatening. Would you have stayed put knowing that something unknown was circling the shadows around you?
What is going on out there? Whatever that thing is still just creeping about, making noise, and this is making me feel really uneasy. And I tried shouting at it or like calling it, and every time it just disappears. And yeah, I'm just calling it. I'm going home because I don't want to stay out here and just feel it. What the fuck? What the fuck are you? Ah, jeez. Okay, I don't even know. I don't know what just happened there. Yeah, that thing, it just came around. I don't know, I don't even know how much of that was on camera, but it just came at me, and yeah, I hit it with the axe, and it's like, I don't know, it's so weird, like it's not got blood or like, or it's got blue, like I don't know, it's so weird. Like, oh, that's so weird, man. What even is It's like a person, but it's not. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. It's like. Oh. I need to take a minute. Figure out what's going on.
Just as he's weighing whether to pack everything up and get out, something launches itself at him from the darkness. His axe was already in hand, and he manages to hold his ground. But the question that lingers is what exactly came at him. It had a vaguely human shape, but something was off about it. Could this be some kind of cryptid, a skinwalker, or something else entirely? Fortunately, Sky walked away without a scratch, but the whole experience leaves a question hanging in the air. What exactly did he encounter out there in those woods? Tell us what you believe in the comments below.